This is Ringside Radio, your ringside ticket to some of the finest wrestling talk around. And now, here are your hosts, Grim Chorizo, Katrina Cena, and the Sloppy Joe!
Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ringside Radio for the month of January. I'm Grim Chorizo, joined with Katrina Cena and Sloppy Joe.
Hello.
Hello.
And yeah, this is our first podcast of 2015!
Yeah!
We made it. Who would have thought we would have made it to 2015? We're spanning across 3 years now. I mean, very briefly, but still, it's quite an accomplishment.
Thanks for staying with us through our earliest podcasts, which were completely awful.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But still fun.
It was a learning experience.
I wouldn't change any of it, you know? It was fun. But, we're here to talk about, you guessed it, wrestling.
Wrestling.
Would have never guessed.
So,
I think we should talk about football sometime.
we could try. I don't know
I'm just
enough.
kidding. That would be like a 3-second podcast.
I honestly don't know what
I have nothing to say about football.
The Bears.
Actually, here's the thing.
The Bears.
I asked a colleague when the Super Bowl was so I can go grocery shopping that day because there will be no one in the store and I won't have to deal with annoying people. Anyway, that's all I know about football.
I don't actually know when the Super Bowl is or who's in it. But, you know what I do know? We all know who's in the Royal Rumble main event. Well, the title match. We don't know who's all in the Rumble match, but we know a good chunk of it. That was my segue to talk about the Royal Rumble, not the greatest one. But, so, as we're recording this, we're a few days before the Royal Rumble. When you're listening to this, it may have already happened. But either way, it's Royal Rumble season. One of the most exciting, unpredictable, for the most part, times of the year.
I think it's actually like my favorite pay-per-view.
I agree.
Even over WrestleMania.
I agree.
Because it really... Whether the winner is unpredictable or not, you don't know who's going to fill up those surprise slots.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anything can happen. You don't know what stories are going to come out of the match. And this year, honestly, that title match is really unpredictable.
It really is.
Like, I was doing a predictions video earlier, and I couldn't really
You got nothing.
pick one. I mean, I did, but I could see anybody. And that's the thing that's so great about the Royal Rumble. And it's always been... awesome. I mean, there's been a few that not as great. Last year,
Let's not talk about 2011.
Oh, yeah, the biggest Royal Rumble in history. Also, one of the worst. But last year's was also full of
that was bad.
Disappointment.
Yeah,
You know,
disappointment might be a slight understatement.
boom, 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 boom. So we do know. Well, we don't know, but Rey Mysterio probably won't be number 30 this year.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't
Probably
think.
not.
Or probably in it at all.
Yeah, I really don't.
I can maybe see him showing up, but he won't be in it for long if he is.
I really don't know. After last year, I really don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't get too hyped about it, honestly.
No, I wouldn't either.
But I do have on good authority that Mojo Rawley will be a surprise entrant. That we can all be hyped about, right?
No.
No, but
We would probably throw the TV out the window if that
excuse me,
happened.
this is important. If Finn Balor was, I would fall over and die.
I think everyone would
If
die.
anyone wants to plot my demise, put Finn Balor in the Royal Rumble. Because that will get the job done.
Yeah.
Yes, Sloppy, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we will see at least one NXT guy in it.
Yeah.
Like, probably Neville. I could see him. Him or Sammy would probably be the best bets.
Well, especially since Neville is likely to be debuting on the main roster soon. Sooner rather than later, I would think.
Yeah. Because last year we had Rusev. The year before that we had generic Bo Dallas. That was a completely different person. So, yeah, I think...
I'm glad they realized right away that he needed so much work and sent him back, or he would have ended up just being released, and you know, now he's really something.
Speaking of Bo, maybe we'll see a returning Bo Dallas.
I think we will.
Really?
I really think so.
That would be
I haven't
great.
heard anything. I really think so.
That would be great.
Because it's like a surprise and a return that's not... I think we'll also get Randy Orton as the big return.
My big thing is I noticed a couple
I'm sorry,
weeks...
but I would be more excited about Bo.
Well, so would I.
We all would.
I think
I know.
But
I
Randy
gotcha.
Orton's the bigger...
I can
I gotcha.
guarantee you he will be, and I think I talked to Grim about this a couple weeks ago. He is, like, almost front and center on the poster for Royal Rumble. So... that's pretty good indication that he's going to be in it.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I saw that, I'm like, okay, assuming he's going to be in it, but why would they do that if he's returning in it? But
yeah, but then again, I don't think that poster has Brian on it at all either, so they probably made it before. Who knows? True. But he is on the poster. I think we'll see him. He's been out since November, and yeah, I could see him in the Final Four, maybe.
Yeah.
But don't see him winning, but who knows?
No.
It's the Royal Rumble. Anything can happen. So for this year's Royal Rumble, let's just, as we're talking about this year's, we're talking about NXT guys, and like I was saying last year, Rusev, and he had it was like an unofficial debut, you know, like he debuted, but he didn't stick around. Do you think we'll see something like that again, or do you think this NXT guy will be making his actual debut? Do you think it'll be kind of like a taste, and then maybe see him in a few months again?
I don't know. That's a good question, because I've heard from multiple like articles and stuff and rumors that they want to bring Neville up soon. So it is. I wouldn't be surprised if Neville debuted at it and then went on to actually go onto the main roster. But I don't know. It's just hard to tell.
Yeah.
I could see them having Neville in the Rumble and then maybe not debuting him or having something for him right away, because I think what they need to do with Neville is get a feel for what the fans think of him, because he is amazing and so talented, and somebody who watches wrestling for wrestling is going to see that right away. But the ones who are more the sports entertainment aspect, I'm not sure that they will jump on that bandwagon right away. So I think if they did bring Neville in for the Rumble and then debuted him later on, I think it would be good to gauge crowd reaction because that crowd gets hyped because they don't know who's going to come out next. And if Neville comes out and they're super excited, that's a good indication that, hey, you know, we're not going to have to try as hard. And hopefully their intentions are to book him well. I mean, I would really hope so, but look at somebody like Cesaro. Yeah. You never know.
Well,
so
we might see a Mighty Mouse push with him.
Good gosh.
I certainly hope not.
No,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the character he has now, and people identify with him because he's so talented and just kind of seems like a real guy. He's not, he's not 6'4". Doesn't look like your consummate, sports entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he's one of the most insane, impressive high flyers like we've ever seen. And like you were saying, it's a good point. They may put him in the Rumble to gauge the interest, because obviously I think everyone is going to recognize the talent and like, holy crap, this guy's awesome. But can he be a character or not a Mighty Mouse character? You know what I mean?
But the funny thing is, persona. I think if they put a mask on him, which I'm not saying they should, I'm just saying in general, if they put a mask on him, boom, kids would be right on board, because he is small. It's kind of like a Rey Mysterio or Kalisto type of thing. He's a smaller guy who does really cool stuff that they can identify with. Yeah, because he looks like a superhero too, and kids like that.
Yeah, but I think if there's gonna be one, sounds like we're in fair agreement. It'll probably be Neville. Yeah. So what if there's more than one, or not Neville? Who do you want to be in the Royal Rumble from NXT? Doesn't matter if, like, who do you want?
Finn Balor!
Okay, we've got Finn Balor.
Sorry, that was really loud.
I don't know, that's a tough one. There's just so many people.
Finn Balor.
I mean, yeah, I think we would all like
Sloppy Finn Balor.
I think we would all like to see Finn, but I think I'd really like to see, like, Sammy or Breeze or someone who's been there a little longer.
Or Finn Balor.
Yeah, or
you want to see Finn. But I think someone like Sammy or Breeze would be good, because like they've been there for a while and they kind of just to kind of tread the water to see how the fans
and they've been the fans have seen them on the main roster before. Sammy's I think had the most exposure on the main roster. He's also the NXT champion, so if they did have the NXT champion in the match, come out there with the title, even if he's just running out there, just have him carry it, run out there, drop it on the ground, and run in there and do his thing. That would be like, oh, it's the NXT champion. That's
Especially
cool.
this close to the next NXT
Yeah.
special. That would be, you know, an easy way to kind of just plug it or get people thinking about it at least.
Yeah. And, you know, it'd be awesome, but it might be a little overkill. Sammy's running out there. You know who eliminates him? Kevin Owens comes through the crowd and eliminates him. That'd be, like, way too much, because the people who don't watch NXT
would
like,
have no idea.
What the hell just happened? And then the next night on Raw, they'd be like, what was that, and why is it not happening? Like, you know what I mean? But, I think that Finn would be amazing, because just imagine number, 19, the lights drop, and everyone's like, what the hell? And then he does, like, he doesn't have to have all the stuff on or whatever, but either way, he's still got those lights, he's got that smoke, and he, like, crawls out there. Like, automatically, I think people would be like, I need to watch NXT, because this guy looks freaking amazing.
Well, and I noticed, sorry to interrupt, but I noticed last week watching NXT, even when he doesn't have the pain or all the stuff on, his entrance is just so, like, captivating.
Yeah,
it is.
Just because of the performance, basically.
It's kind of like the Boogeyman's entrance, except you can totally take him seriously.
Yeah.
Whereas the Boogeyman was more a character. Finn Balor is like a real guy.
Yeah, Finn Balor comes
out. Really good, but also very theatrical. So they take advantage of that in his entrance.
Yeah, like when Finn Balor comes out, you look at him like, wow, this guy's a badass.
Yeah, and the way I see it is kind of like this entrance and this, when he does the paint and stuff, is it's like what's going on in his mind. Like,
right.
It's like this is his canvas. This entrance is his canvas, and he's getting to, portray it.
It's very just symbolic.
And the thing I like about it, you haven't really seen a very theatrical entrance like that for a long time. Like, because now most people who debut, like, they don't do a lot, like, on the stage or whatever.
Well, so and especially with, Triple H in semi-retirement and The Undertaker in very much semi-retirement.
Yeah.
So those, you're right, those longer, more theatrical, dramatic entrances are becoming,
and
more
that was always one of my favorite parts about, like, watching wrestling, is watching the entrances and watching, like, the more theatrical performance of it than just, I'm just going to walk down to the ring and taunt a bit.
And while we're talking about it, I mean, we'll bring it back to Rumble, but I feel like it'd be kind of pointless to not go off on it here. Entrances, like, you brought up Triple H and you brought up Undertaker. It's like, back then it seemed like entrances were a much more big part of it. Like, everyone seemed to have this insanely captivating entrance, where now there's only a handful who really have that. And I was actually talking with somebody, and so what entrances do you think, main roster, NXT, whatever, you could spice up to have that big feel? I think Seth Rollins, for example, I like his song a lot. I don't think he needs to change what he's doing. All I think they need to do is on that opening part, with the whatever, just have all the lights down except those strobes, right? Just the strobes. Then when he walks out there and it does that part again with the breakdown or whatever in the song, just do that again, but have one single spotlight on him as he's walking. It's like such a simple thing. He doesn't need pyro. He doesn't need effects. Just lighting. It's just one little thing that I think would make people really be into his entrance. They already do the strobe thing, but if they dropped all the other lights with it, like...
Yeah, like it's kind of hard to see the strobes, because...
Yeah. I just
so
think
bright.
that would be something that could make Rollins go from... And he's already, like, at the top of his game. It would put him even higher than he already is, which is pretty hard.
Yeah. Mine would be Dean. Like, I'm not sure what, but I feel like he needs something, because he doesn't really do a lot when he comes out. He kind of just walks down the ring. Yeah, and I don't know. Whether it's... I don't necessarily think he needs pyros. I feel like he should do something on stage. But what it is, I don't know, but I feel like he needs something.
Yeah, I could kind of get that. I don't know what, though.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm trying to, like, wrap my mind about what he would do.
Yeah.
It's nice that they pretty much kept the Ascension's really fantastic entrance that they had in NXT.
Because, they definitely... They couldn't take that away,
Yeah.
Because... And I actually really love their new look, except the eyes are getting a little too big. The eye makeup, it's getting bigger and bigger. Eventually, they're just going to have whole black paint and one little red triangle. But I think that and someone had brought this up, that Roman Reigns would benefit a lot more from not coming from the crowd and coming from the stage and doing his, like, you know, punch the ground and have a pyro go off than, like...
Kind of like they used to do with Batista.
Yeah, like, that would be cool. Like, I would probably be like, dude, that was cool. But for now, he's just doing the Shield thing.
And it would make it unique, too, because not a lot of people have pyros anymore.
No. There's very little.
And everybody who doesn't love seeing something get blown up. So that would be a good way to get him more over by giving him pyros.
I agree.
You're here. I'm here. Let's do this!
So we were talking about Randy Orton and Bo, you know, probably being in the Rumble on Sunday. But there's always room for at least a legend or two. And sometimes they're completely out of nowhere. Like, wow, I was not expecting this. Are there any people that you think could appear in this Rumble, or you would just want to, legend-wise? They could still go. They could, yeah.
I think this would be really cool, and this is gonna like maybe be a surprise, but Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh yeah.
If nothing else, because he won the first Rumble, and Dean kind of referenced him a couple weeks ago on Raw.
Yeah.
So I think that would be funny with the thumbs up and the ho.
Yeah.
So I think Hacksaw would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be great. And it's highly likely. I mean, he's been in them before, and he could easily do that. And yeah, it's a throwback
just
to
for the
very
symbolism.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah, if nothing else, just the symbolism would be great.
I'm not really sure who would do it, but I would be okay with, honestly, any legend.
Yeah, pretty much just
cool.
any. Yeah.
Like, I think it'd be cool even... I don't think this will happen, but if, like, X-Pac or someone came back...
It
Just
could.
long enough to do it. I mean, he was on
He was just
Raw
there?
last week.
Well,
so-
and we got the New Age Outlaws on the card, so I could see that.
Yeah.
Please
So-
not Kevin Nash again.
No,
Yeah.
no, we don't want to see
We're
that.
kind of done with
'Cause
Kevin
last year
Nash.
was just
at
kinda like-
Rumble.
Oh, it's Kevin.
That's
Cool.
cool.
Like, yeah, but yeah, it could happen. And I think one that would be really cool is DDP. Like, because he did the... No, not in that one.
Nope.
Is it because of all the yoga?
Yes, it is.
You don't want to see him
I
anymore?
have to listen to him several days a week. I would really rather not listen to or look at him coming down in his DDP yoga shirt,
'Cause
telling
we're
everyone to
doing-
do DDP
Yeah.
yoga.
He'll just grab a microphone and be like, I'm not here to
Actually,
be in the Rumble.
okay, wouldn't that be great? Actually, like, remember a few years ago when Punk was doing his Straight Edge Society thing, and he would, like, clear the ring, and then he'd grab a mic and start preaching? Wouldn't it be great if DDP were in a position where, like, everyone was eliminated, and he starts, like, cutting a promo or, like, a cheap plug about DDP yoga? He's like, man, and he can, like, reference Chris Jericho,
Oh
who doesn't
my-
shut up about DDP yoga.
Then Jericho's the next entrant, and they just start having a conversation.
Or they start doing some yoga.
Or even, like, the match is still going on. There's still people in the ring, and he's standing in the middle with the mic talking, and it's like someone's in the corner, like,
All right, everybody.
being, like, weakened or whatever. He's
It's
like, no, you
time
gotta stretch his leg like
for
this. Pull it up
Diamond
more.
Cutter.
That would
And then
be...
someone
Tuck
just...
your tailbone,
Yeah.
protect your back, bring your arms out to a T, and Hulk it up.
And he gets the whole everyone in the match to just be like, all right, and they start doing the yoga in the ring. Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
That would be really good.
Okay, I changed my mind.
But
If
that'd
this
make it worth
scenario were to play out, it would be worth me having to look
Yeah.
at DDP on my day off from DDP yoga.
But on a more serious note, continuing the question.
That was serious.
Well,
That was very serious.
it was. But I just thought of a good one that is probably pretty possible
Okay.
that could happen. It's two former wrestlers, but they're still around, have, like, J&J Security go in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
That could
Just-
actually really happen.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, actually.
I don't know, it'd just be funny just to see those two, and just, it'd be cool to see those two in the Rumble again, but you know something funny is going to happen with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would
So,
that'd be awesome.
And then we all know Kane will probably be in it.
Yeah,
So
he's
they'll
announced.
like do everything they can to like make sure Kane doesn't get eliminated or whatever.
And then one of them, it would be funny if, like, one of them winds up eliminating the other one. Like, because, like, they see an opportunity, like, alright.
Do you know who else should be there?
Who?
Probably
The
not.
Iron Sheik.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so funny.
Yes.
I don't
He'd
see that
never
happening.
make it to the ring.
No. No, he wouldn't.
Oh my god, that'd be great. But that's the thing about the Rumble. It could be anybody, you know? So I very much look forward to find out who those surprises are. And also, who's going to be standing tall at the end. looking forward to seeing that.
Heath Slater.
I think that's probably a safe bet. Heath Slater, maybe David Otunga?
Anyone
No,
but
no.
Reigns.
Yeah.
No, I think I'd rather see Reigns than David Otunga.
I actually would too.
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's a bit far. Now, Heath Slater, on the other hand, he'd be alright.
He'd be alright.
But yeah.
Heath Slater main eventing WrestleMania, I could see it.
Yeah.
So should we kick this one around? You know, what do you guys think?
I would really... I think they will fix what they screwed up last year and have Bryan win it. Just because I don't really see anything else for him at Mania.
Match with Sheamus. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's another one who could return.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
I don't know, I just don't really see much else for... Like, in the position he's at now, I don't see anything much else for him besides main eventing WrestleMania again.
Well, with the momentum he has and how everything ended up going down for him last year, there's really nothing else they can do that would be logical in any way.
Here's the thing. Last year they were in Pittsburgh. This year they're in Philadelphia. It's not going to be that different of a crowd.
Right.
Okay? Last year,
True.
Batista, the obvious winner, wins. Bryan's not in the Rumble. What does the crowd do? Shit on everything. This year, Bryan's in the Rumble, yes. But Reigns, one of the obvious winners.
Yeah.
Will they do the exact same thing twice? I mean, how dumb can they be? We want to see Bryan get his Rumble.
Well, I think one way or another, whether Bryan wins or not, I think he'll end up main eventing WrestleMania anyway. But the clear choice would be to have him win it. My heart says Bryan, but unfortunately my head says Reigns.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like I had to go with my heart, and because I want to have faith that they're like, okay, we messed up last year. We can't have our crowd booing, the whole thing. So we'll fix what we did. And I mean, Reigns, he just isn't ready. Really,
he's nowhere close to
this
being ready.
is the match that gives you the main event of WrestleMania. Why not go with the person who is ready? The fans are obviously saying, "Hey, he's ready. We want him." And while Reigns is over, he's not that over, and he's not ready for whether it's Brock, whether it's Cena, whether it's Rollins, whoever this person's going to fight at WrestleMania. Bryan is ready, and they just brought him like he's back from a huge injury earlier than everyone thought. Why would you not capitalize on this?
Well, and I feel like if you watch SmackDown, he took such a beating against Kane, and then there was so much outside interference, but he still won the match. So I feel like they have put a lot of momentum behind him. So hopefully that's a good sign that they're going to go all the way with that and actually have him win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Again, that is what I want to think. But in the back of my mind, I have to be prepared if it's Reigns.
Yeah.
So, so I'm not completely.
Yeah. I feel like I'm
devastated.
I'm prepared for it. It's just I want at the end of Sunday night to have the good feeling, not the
Right, and if you remember how everybody felt last year,
it'll be the exact
it's
same thing.
and that's what you were talking about earlier, Grim. Nobody wants that again.
No.
Does anybody really want that
isn't it
again?
funny?
Anybody, not just the fans. Does the company really want that? I wouldn't think so.
Do they want to go through all that again? Yeah, and have the fans basically possibly hijack everything and be like, hey, put Bryan in the main event. What are you doing? That's what we want. And then they're like, this again, all right. Whatever. Just do it.
Mm-hmm. Do it, make the fans happy.
To me, it's just so funny that it's in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Whoa, it's just hilarious. It's the same
weird.
thing.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking? But maybe somehow, and I doubt that they actually thought this through, but maybe somehow it's okay, we owe you guys from last year, so we're going to have it close again, and this time we're going to give you what you want.
And you'll get what you want, yeah.
That would be nice.
In fact, we'll
refund every ticket from last year so you can
We'll even put Batista in and have Bryan eliminate him, so it's kind of like that didn't even happen.
Now, and continue on, even if Bryan for some reason does not win the Rumble, he will definitely be the secondary main event of Mania.
Yeah.
But still, though, that's not what people want to see.
Yeah, he'll always have his spot. It's just, what's that spot? All I can see is him in that main event.
Yeah, that's all I'm picturing right now.
Yep. Well, and he needs a long, respectable title run without life basically shitting on him.
He hasn't got that at all.
Yeah.
But there are... Basically, there's a few people who probably won't win, but I would still be like, okay, I'm okay with that. That's awesome. Like, Ziggler is one who could pull it off, and he's still got that momentum. It's just, I don't think it's enough to win the Rumble.
He does, but man, he needs to tweak his personality.
He's not really...
He needs to turn heel again, but that's just me, I guess.
And I feel like they're not really using this momentum properly.
No.
Like, I was okay with, like, the whole, like, firing storyline with him, because that kind of just put him more over, but they need to do something with it. Like, I can maybe see him being in the Final Four, maybe.
I think so.
But he's probably going to be the first one eliminated out of the Final Four.
Yeah.
Eating stuffed crust pizza and watching workout DVDs.
Yeah, that's...
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Like...
I could barely handle
his
promo last night.
It's like he is on... Like, I love Ziggler, but it's like he's in a different mindset. Like, just like...
It's weird.
It's almost like he's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like he doesn't care.
Well, it seems like he's depressed.
Yeah, but he's in probably
terrible.
the best spot he's been in his career, like, other than when he was Money in the Bank and won the World.
Well, and maybe this is what they want him to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's totally weird because he's such a good heel.
Well, like, and they say his gimmick's like the show off, but he's not really showing off. Everything he does is like, this is all because of you guys. I did this for you.
Yeah. Well,
that's not really a show off thing to do.
Well, it's the opposite, really.
Yeah.
He should be like, he can still... I agree. I think he's going to turn heel soon.
I hope so.
We'll get to that.
Well, he's got to be tired of the whole Cena thing, you know?
But,
I would think.
Even as a face, he can still be the show-off. Like, he's done it before. He can still be a good guy, but be like, I'm better than everybody. Like, that's his character. He doesn't have to be like, I'm only won this match. I only was able to do it because you guys believed in me. It's like, or it's because you're like, as you
really
say, the
good.
better than everybody else.
Right.
Like, you can still live up to that, you know? It's just like a weird different mindset that either he's into or they want him to be doing this. I don't know.
Right.
It's just a different Ziggler.
Yeah.
It's much more underdog-y than just being a really good wrestler. I don't know. And then there are some other names in there who won't win, but it should be interesting, like Bray. I mean, he could come close, maybe not Final Four, but Final 6.
And I think eventually...
Ambrose,
yeah. And I think eventually Bray will win it.
He does it.
But I think he's kind of the same point as Reigns is. He's not quite ready for that spot yet.
Ambrose?
No, Bray.
Oh, sorry.
No,
yeah.
I have Ambrose on the brain.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a shocker.
Yeah, but Bray, like, I think eventually he will be to that point where he... And I think it will be soon, but right now I don't think he's to the point where he can main event wrestling.
Yeah, but no, I think he'll still have a really good showing in the
Yeah,
Rumble.
no,
Because if you've noticed,
will.
they've really been booking him well.
Yeah.
Bray. Like, he beat Bryan on Raw. Like, I actually had to, like, double take because while I think that's good because you don't have to book someone, one of your top guys like Bryan, to win every match. Well, he still looks fine. It's just, I was like, whoa, Bray just won. Yeah, and with the thing with Ambrose, Bray basically won them all. It's like they've got something big planned for him. Yeah. Probably WrestleMania.
And to me, it doesn't make sense to have Bryan win every match. He's supposed to be the ultimate underdog.
Why would he win everything?
Yeah.
He's not an underdog.
Yeah,
exactly.
He shouldn't win every single match. He should lose most of his matches, honestly.
But he wins the big ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wins enough that you still have faith in. Yeah. But I just thought that was a cool, smart decision that I was like, whoa, Bray just won.
Yeah,
and Bryan just came back. That's interesting.
But yeah, like you were saying, you had Dean on the mind. We can talk about him for a bit.
Oh well, I when I had actually thought I had thought that you were talking about Dean, and I was actually going to agree because I don't think Ambrose is quite ready for that either. No. I think he's again with Reigns and Bray Wyatt. He's close, but it's like there's a little piece missing.
Yeah, and Bray and Dean are much closer than Reigns is.
Yeah, and they'll absolutely be there. But I think if they did it this year, it would be premature, and it has to be done right.
And they wouldn't be capitalizing on the ones who are ready, like Bryan.
Like Bryan.
And honestly, I mean, Ziggler's not far behind, but Bryan. Only one person can win.
Like,
And also Bryan.
And I think Ziggler is to the point where he could win it in main event WrestleMania.
Do you know who's also to the point where they could win it in main event WrestleMania?
Let me guess.
Bryan.
Oh. I still thought we were talking about David Otunga, my bad.
He's close too. He's getting there.
He's kind of on par with Bray.
I'm hoping not to see him this year.
Or not.
I mean, we haven't seen him. in
Fingers
a
crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh,
Yeah.
guys. Okay, I just thought of this.
Okay.
What if Darren Young came back?
He definitely could.
In the Rumble.
Like
That'd
an
be pretty
actual
cool.
return.
Yeah,
not
not just
like,
standing
hey, I'm
there.
standing next to Cena.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
When the whole roster's out there for some
Yeah. I
reason.
could see that.
That'd
Maybe
be
like
cool.
in the 1 through 10, like an early number.
But
Maybe eliminate Titus, get some actual revenge. for
Yeah.
the
The real
last
question
year.
is, will a bunny return in the Rumble?
Please no, I hope he... I think that Adam Rose said he killed him, so
Yeah.
hopefully that...
Okay, actually,
He hinted.
this is an interesting talking point that was reinforced on Raw. No, maybe it was SmackDown, because now I'm getting things mixed up. But Miz and Mizdow in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've kind of discussed amongst ourselves, just hanging out, that it would make sense for Mizdow to finally, turn on Miz and not be his stunt double and throw himself over the top rope when Miz gets eliminated.
Yeah.
But there was the thing backstage with the
On
Usos
SmackDown.
saying, hey, it was on SmackDown. Okay, thank you. With the Usos saying, hey, this is every man for himself. And they were even saying how, they would eliminate each other if they had to. And just kind of, it was like a good build-up for that to create a buzz that I think was really already there.
Yeah.
But,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
that is-
my hope is that, and I think that would get a huge pop.
Oh, yeah.
Or even better yet, if Mizdow were to actually be the one to eliminate Miz, like he just gets tired of him, or
That's what I
you know.
think will...
Like,
I think it would be
he
great.
sees the opportunity and like, oh, hey, I'm gonna just
And
toss him
another
over.
thing on that is they need to strike while the iron's still hot, because like Mizdow, he's still extremely over, but if they wait too long, eventually
Yeah.
people are going to be like, okay. Like, he'll always be over and stuff. It's just, think back to like maybe a month ago or whatever. Like, the crowd was so hot for him. I'm not saying they should have done it then. It's just, don't let it get too long, because I think Miz versus Damien Mizdow or Sandow or whatever he's going to be is a WrestleMania
Yeah,
match.
I do too. I
It
think it's a
should
good
be a
mid-card
WrestleMania match.
definitely a strong mid-card match.
Because this is something
Yeah.
that's been built up for a while, and we want to see it. We want to see Mizdow or Sandow. I would assume Sandow. Would
Yeah.
be, he'd go back to Sandow. But we want to see that,
And he's got such good character and such good charisma that
He really
there's
does.
really no
Oh,
end to
he's
what
so
he could do.
Yeah.
So, and
He
his
deserves
in-ring
it.
works great. So yeah, he definitely does.
The two of them could put on a good match.
Yeah, they could. Something else I'd like to see in the Rumble would, like, there's been this whole, like, Stardust and Goldust thing going on. I think it'd be really cool if number 13 hits and Cody Rhodes comes out just long enough, just maybe eliminate someone or eliminate Goldust or whatever, and then gets eliminated right after, and then number 16 Stardust runs out and it's like does his thing.
Okay, so
I'd
almost
lo-
like when McFoley was
Yeah.
in the Rumble 3
I'd
times.
love
Yeah.
that, but I'd prefer it the other way. Stardust
Yeah,
first,
well, yeah.
and then Cody. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you'd have to, just because...
Well, like, either way, it'd just be fun.
But yeah, I would love that.
That
And-
would be cool.
And it could happen. It really
Yeah.
could. But I'd love that.
Well, and that could
I'm-
tease, Cody becoming, Stardust becoming Cody
Yeah.
again.
Well, and I read a rumor the other day that Goldust is talking about retiring from the in-ring stuff, so that could... And
Yeah,
then
I've heard
the
something about
big
that.
article, like, well, what's...
Cody versus
Without
Goldust would
Stardust.
be a great retirement match.
Farewell thing.
And
Yeah.
I like Stardust, but I'm ready for Cody back.
Yeah,
Like, I really
am
am.
too. And plus,
So-
they're not really doing anything with him. They just lose every match.
Well, but once Goldust is done, Stardust isn't.
Yeah, 'cause
Gonna be a
it's just
thing.
it's just a tag team partner for Goldust.
And really, that might be what they're doing until Goldust rides off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And then Cody will be Cody again.
Yeah, but that is something that would be
It just...
awesome and hilarious.
That would
just
be
because
good.
people aren't going to expect, oh, look, it's Cody Rhodes. Like,
Yeah.
they're all expecting Stardust to be in it.
Yeah.
But Stardust gets eliminated, and then
Wow.
5 more peoples later, Cody Rhodes comes out, and they're like, oh,
Wow!
yeah.
Well, thanks for listening to Ringside Radio. Hope you enjoyed this Royal Rumble edition.
And if you got a chance to catch the Royal Rumble on the WWE Network for
$9.99.
$9.99, Give us some comments. Tell us what you thought. What did you like? What did you dislike? Just kind of give us some feedback and let us know what you thought.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
See you later.